Hello students, I am Sunesan, Department of Botany. What you learned previous class? You learned the previous class one of the division of Bryophytes. In the previous session we are discussed the salient features of amphibians and are called Bryophytes. Amphibians plants called Bryophytes. Bryophytes further is classified into three main classes: hepatic apsida and anthoceropsida. The last one main class, Bryopsida. The first and last main class we are discuss the one important genus Mercansia and Funaria. So another one very important division of cryptogamy, Pteridophytes. Bryophyte is commonly called non-vascular cryptogamy. Why Bryophytes group of plants is called non-vascular cryptogamy? Because vascular bundles is completely absent. What is mean vascular bundle? The arrangement of xylem and phloem. Okay, but there is a plant group called Pteridophytes, which are considered as the first true land plants in the world. First true land plants is called Pteridophytes group of plants. Pteridophytes group of plants is commonly called vascular cryptogamy. Listen, love you. Bryophyte is commonly called non-vascular cryptogamy, but Pteridophytes group is also commonly called vascular cryptogamy. Okay, listen. Pteridophytes group of plants only having vascular tissue, the arrangement of xylem and phloem. So today classes we all learn about the another one division of cryptogamy, plant group division Pteridophytes. The salient feature of Pteridophytes: life cycle is heterologous and diplohaplontic types. The term is very important, diplohaplontic type. What is mean diplohaplontic types? Diplo mean diplontic piece. So Pteridophytes பொறுத்தவரையும் the dominant plant body அப்படின்னா diploid stage. Diploid is mentioned to the sporophyte generation. Haploid is mentioned to the gametophytic generation. We have studied the previous class. Sporophyte is the dominant plant body, while the gametophyte is a small. We just compare with the Bryophyte. Bryophyte plant body is dash generation is dominant, gametophytic generation is dominant, but Pteridophyte sporophytic generation is dominant. Simple cells are prothallus. Prothallus is a simple cells of Pteridophytes. Sporophytes has true root and true stem and true leaves. In xylem, conducting tracheids and absence of vessels. Phloem tissue contain phloem, parenchymatous, and the absence of companion cells. Spores develop in sporangia are homosporous, heterosporous. Homo means a single cell. Hetero means two different kind of spores. Sporangia are produced in group of called sporophyll. Sporophyll. Phyllis means leaf. The pteridophytes in general characteristics feature. We are learn about the title. Pteridophytes general characteristics feature. Pteridophytes is one of the specialized characters. Leaf. So leaf bearing spore is called sporophyll. Very important specialized character. So leaf is further classified into two, microphyllus and megaphyllus. Phyllis is mentioned to the leaf. Micro means small size. Mega means large size. Microphyllus and megaphyllus. They based on leaf size. The general characteristic features of pteridophytes. Plant body is sporophyte and is the dominant base. It is differentiated into root, stem and leaves. Roots are adventitious root systems only present. Taproot system absent. Stem shows monopodial branch or dichotomous branch. What is monopodial? One side of branches only present, and dichotomous, two branches there present. Leaves may be microphyllus or megaphyllus. Remain I told micro means small in size. Mega means large in size. You see the diagram. So one kind of leaves is very small, another one kind of leaves is very large. Okay, so small size leaf is present, it's said to be microphyllus, and large size of leaves is present some plant group, so that is called megaphyllus. Stele is protostele, but in some form siphonostele is present. Stele is the one of the specialized character from pteridophytes. Pteridophytes group of plants one of the specialized characters of stele. Stele is nothing but the arrangement of vascular tissue and pericycle. Then pith. Trichids are the major water conducting elements in Pteridophytes plant group. Pteridophytes plants group பொறுத்தவரையும் water conducting elements அப்படின்னா one of the main category trichids. Example Selaginella. So vessels Selaginella water conducting elements vessels. So most of the Pteridophytes plants group vessels is completely absent except Selaginella plants. So Selaginella is belongs to Pteridophyte, but except Selaginella kind of Pteridophytes only vessels are present. Sporangia, spore bearing bag-like structure, are born on special leaves called sporophyll. Spore bearing leaf look like that bag-like structure, that is called sporophyll. The sporophylls get organized to form cone look like that structure. This is otherwise called stobilus. Very important 2 mark question. So listen, remember I told the sporophylls get organized to form cone like structure is otherwise called stobilus. Example Selaginella and Ecosita. They may be homosporous. What is mean homosporous? Produce one types of spores. One kind of spores மட்டும் produce பண்ணா அது வந்து homosporous. Two kind of spores வந்து produce பண்ணா அது heterosporous. Hetero means two, different. So produce two types of spores. Homosporous is a good example Lycopodium. Homosporous is a good example Lycopodium. Lycopodium is commonly called club moss. Two types of spores is present. Selaginella. Heterospore is the origin of seed habit. Seed habit plants group one of the specialized character heterospore. The development of sporangia may be eusporangiate. Development of sporangia may be eusporangiate or leptosporangiate. U means true sporangia from group of initial. The development of sporangium from group of initial, that is called eusporangiate. Next one, leptosporangiate. The development of sporangium from a single initial. You have to differentiate from the eusporangiate and leptosporangiate. U means true. Development of sporangium from the group of initial, that is called eusporangiate. The development of sporangium is from single initials is said to be leptosporangiate. So each and every term is very important. Homosporous, heterosporous, eusporangiate, leptosporangiate. The spore mother cells undergo meiosis division. Spore mother cells undergo the meiotic division, produce spores. The reduction divisions also, because the involvement of meiosis. Spores germinate to produce haploid. Spores germinate to produce haploid. Multicellular green and quadrate shaped independent gametophytes called prothallus. So pteridophyte group of plants gametophyte is called prothallus generation. Fragmentation, resting buds, root tubers and adventitious buds help in vegetative reproduction of pteridophytes. Sexual reproduction is oogamous type of sexual reproduction only present for pteridophytes plant group. Sex organs, namely antheridium and archegonium, are produced on the prothallus. Sex organ, namely antheridium and archegonium, are produced on the prothallus. Antheridium produce spirally coiled and multiflagellate anthracoids. So bryophyte plant groups of previous section நம்ம discuss பண்ணும்போது so anthracoid biflagellate அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம். By pteridophytes the male sex organ antheridium produced anthracoids. Anthracoid multicellulate anthracoid. Multiflagellate anthracoid is present. Archegonium is flask shape with broad venter and elongated narrow neck. The venter possesses egg or ovum and neck contain neck canal cells. It's very important. Another one specialized character. This is the common characters of bryophyte and pteridophytes also. The common general character: water is essential for fertilization process. Water is essential for the fertilization process. After fertilization, a diploid zygote is formed. After fertilization, diploid zygote is formed and undergoes the mitotic divisions to form the embryo. So undergo the mitotic divisions to form embryo. The classification of pteridophytes. Reimer 1954 proposed the classification to pteridophytes. In this classification, the pteridophytes are divided into 5 subdivisions. One is Psilophytopsida, second one Psilotopsida, third one Lycopsida, fourth one Sphenopsida, fifth one Pteropsida. very important 5 classes. There are 19 orders and 48 families also present. Pteridophytes belongs to the 5 main division: Psilophytopsida, Lycopsida, and Spinopsida and Pteropsida. The first one subdivision, Psilophytopsida. So all our extinct plants had only stem and rhizome. Roots, it is leaves were absent. Homospore spore tetract were born in the terminal sporangia. Example, Rhynia. Second one subdivision in Pteridophytes, Psilotopsida. The plant body is rootless and have fungal association. Small scaly appendages represent the leaves. Colorless and have a fungal association. There are Homospores and spores are produced in sporangia. Homospores and produced are the sporangia. Lycopsida is the third one subdivision. This plant body is different tainted into root, stem and leaves. Leaves are small, uni-veined, as species spirally arranged. Licules are the presence. Licule is one of the specialized characters, Lycopsida. Sporophylls are arranged in the form of stropilus. So both Homospore and Heterospore. Homospore is the good example, Lycopodium. Heterospore is the good example, Selaginella. So Homospore and Heterospore. Sypnopsida. The plant body is different into root, stem and leaves. Stems show the jointed nodes and internodes. Small sandy leaves are arranged at no node in sporangiospores possess compact stropilus. Homosporous patch incipient heterospore is found in Ecosystem albans. Pteropsida. The plant body is differentiated into root, stem and leaves. Induced all the megapillars as Pteridophytes. The leaf cap is present. Both homosporous and heterosporous form are present. Marsilia, good example, Marsilia. Next, another one very important 5-mark question, expected 5-mark question, the economic importance of Pteridophytes. Remora adiantiformis, commonly called cut flower arrangement. The another one species of pteridophyte, Marsilia. So Marsilia is mostly used to food materials. Next one, Azolla. So Azolla is a biofertilizer agent. Triopteris felix and monks, the treatment for tapeworm. Teres vitata, removal of heavy metals from soil. That is called treatment of tapeworm and heavy metal soil bioremediation. So bioremediation. Pteridium species leaves yield green ties. Leaves yield green tie. Ecosystem species stems for scoring. Xylotome, Lycopodium, Selaginella, Angiopteris and Marita. Thank you, students. So today classes we will learn about the another one very important division, Pteridophytes. Pteridophytes is a very important three main title today discuss. The general characteristic feature of Pteridophytes, classification of Pteridophytes, then economic importance of Pteridophytes. General characteristic features, very lot of term is present. Homosporous, heterosporous, eusporangiate, leptosporangiate, spore bearing cells called sporophyll. Then classification of pteridophytes classified into five subdivision: Psilopytopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida and Pteropsida. Then another one is specialized character in pteridophyte. Pteridophyte is commonly called vascular cryptogames. Then some pteridophytes plants is commonly called club moss, hostiles and queenworts, water ferns. This is the common name for some genus of pteridophytes plants group. Okay, student. Thank you to all. You must watch daily classes and homework. We will work sincerely. Anyone in tone misses your time. And thank you. See you tomorrow.